Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are here with episode 11 of our NHL 24 Winnipeg Jets franchise mode. And just a quick disclaimer before we get this one started. I am going to be out of the country for the next week, but I will have some Spider-Man uploads pre-recorded so that they can get out to you guys in a fairly timely fashion. Again, I know a lot of the people who are subbed are here for the NHL content, but I always like to do it off based off your guys' feedback, so I'm not going to be able to produce those while I'm away, but I will be coming back and we will get right back on the grind after I am back from my trip. Now, all that though does not matter. What matters is us trying to get into the playoffs, and it's a pretty tight race. If we look in the Central Division, we currently have that third spot in our division. However, we are 5 points above the Blackhawks, which is good, but the Predators have 3 games in hand and are 8 points back, which means technically if they win all their games, they would actually be above us in our divisional playoff spot. Looking at the wildcard spot, it's about 69 and 67 points, but again, those teams, have games in hand. So we are not guaranteed a playoff spot by any means. We have to go on a run. We have to make big things and make big trades to make that happen. So I asked you guys what we should do in the last one, and we got a comment from our good buddy Alexander, who says, "Welcome back, Chronos. Hope things are getting a bit better on your end. A moment of silence for Pionk killing it in Montreal." Yeah, let's go take a look at Neil Pionk in Montreal. This trade, not sure if it was the right decision, but what are you gonna do? Can't go back in the past. Can't go into the files and remake all my decisions, man. We got to live with the decisions that we make. And Pionk has slowed down quite a bit here. 28 points in 63 games. It's not an electric pace, it's probably a better pace than what he was on with us in Winnipeg, 32 points in last season, but it's not the end of the world. He's plus 12, though, which we could really use on the team, and he's a right-handed defenseman, so definitely missing him quite a bit, but he's not, getting like point per game or anything like that, but doing very well over there in Montreal. Alexander says, out of the options available, Columbus seems like the best trade partner to fill both the roles, or both the holes that we have on the roster, our top pairing defensively and our third line center. If we look, Adam Lowry, we usually like to slot him down to the fourth line when it comes to playoff time. That way, we can really have a really deep center core of like 90 overall, 86, and like 84, 85, 80, something like that, so that our center core can be really deep, and I find that helps us in the playoffs. Last year we made it to the Western Conference Finals with those lines, so we're going to try to replicate that again. Alex then continues by saying the core is aging. Scheifele and Hellebuck are both 32 plus years old, so there's realistically like 2 to 3 years left that we can contend before the roster starts to drop off a little bit and we need to retool. Picks and prospects be damned, they'll be recouped when the retool happens. Go for the cup. And then he gives a little trade suggestion here, saying Nino and Tanev, either Barker or Datsuk with Cedric Pittis, a first, a second for Werenski and Boone Jenner. Perhaps Boone Jenner being retained, just whatever we can do to get it done. So, Alex, I hear you loud and clear, my friend. We might also change the lines up this episode to try to give us the best chances to win and go back with the lines that really carried us through that like middle portion of the season where we had a really big win streak. I might go back to those lines. On the back end, I think Tanev might probably be gone, but let's get to that trade and let's see if we can make it happen here. It's going to be a big one. And I also want to do a little bit with the fourth line, because I find that our fourth line, it always struggles, but this year especially it seems quite dire, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to go with Boone Jenner and Zach Werenski here. Zach Werenski is on a big time deal though, $9.585 million for the next 3 years. So we're going to have to deal with some cap trouble in the future for sure. But in order to do this, we're going to have to retain Boone Jenner to about $1 million for this season. About 9.25, I think it is okay. I did a little bit of pre-scouting here to see if I could get it done, and I think I got fairly close. We're going to give them Datsuk, and we're also going to give them Cedric Pittis. 2 really important draft pieces. Cedric Pittis we drafted in our first year in the second round. He's a power forward. He's got 34 goals in 47 games. He's tearing it up down there, but he's only 68 overall. He's not really growing too much. I believe we drafted him at like 64, 63 overall, something like that. And then Datsuk, he's medium elite potential. So this guy really could be something amazing for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But we're not trading them in our division, which is another reason why I like this deal more than if we were trading it to like Dallas or something like that. That would be awful if we traded to Dallas. That would not end well for us whatsoever. So we have all the pieces here. We have Datsuk, we have Cedric Pittis, we have Chris Tanev, and Nino Niederreiter. Now, if you want to think about it in like a one-for-one type deal, I think, Werenski and Datsuk, I would say Datsuk does not quite cover Zach Werenski because, let's be real, he's 20 years old and 65 overall. I'm not sure if he's going to make it to 89 overall or 87 overall with X Factors, right? But it's fairly close. And then Cedric Pittis, I think, gives us Zach Werenski. So like Datsuk and Pittis for Zach Werenski, and then Boone Jenner, basically Chris Tanev and Nino Niederreiter for Boone Jenner, but I don't think that would go through, so I think we're going to have to give away a pick here. And I don't want to give away my first, but if we must do it, then I'll be okay with it. I'd rather give away my second, and let's see if this can go through first. Now, trade value does seem like it is in our favor. I'm not going to ask for anything back, though, because this seems a little bit far-fetched, right? If we think Datsuk, probably a top 50 prospect in the league with Cedric Pittis, who was a second-round selection with still massive upside, still a teenager for Zach Werenski, I think that's fairly reasonable. And then Chris Tanev is there to replace Werenski, Nino there to replace Boone Jenner for this year, and that second-round selection. I could see it going through, but it feels slightly far-fetched. But if you guys have a problem with this one, let me know. And let's just see if they'll say yes to it. Why not? If they say no, they say no. But let's just see if they will say yes to it. And oh my God, so they actually would do this deal, and we would only have to move down Oskari Salminen. So I'm gonna say yes to this. I think we're doing well with this one. I'm happy to accept this proposal. So it just went through. We considered a done deal on behalf of the Columbus Blue Jackets. So welcome to the team, Zach Werenski and Boone Jenner. That is a huge increase to our team here. Oh, I just got to send some people down. Hang on. I will send Salminen down now. Why not? He's waiver eligible, but he clears waivers, so that is good for us. Let me edit these lines. Let's take a look at what the new Winnipeg Jets look like, man. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they said yes to that. But I'm not going to be complaining whatsoever. So Boone Jenner, he's got that X Factor. What's it called? The Quick Draw X Factor. Let's go to the defense now, and we can bring in Zach Werenski for a +4 on our top pair. That's massive. Or we could go +5, but then they get 0 down here. Yeah, so I like this. Declan Chisholm's still up here for the injury. And let me fix these lines up, and let's see what we're working with. Okay, so even strength, we're going to start out like this. I'm going to start with Connor, Scheifele, David Perron. We're going to go Ehlers, Perfetti, Besser, Chas Lucius, Boone Jenner, Velarde, and then Fialbi, Lowry, and David Gustafsson. But I'm thinking of maybe switching up this fourth line. I know we have some guys scratched here in the back, but they really did not perform very well for me. So I want to see if perhaps I can make a trade for somebody a little bit more experienced, a little better, maybe a better deal, like 1.2 mil for David Gustafsson. Maybe we can get rid of that. Something along those lines. I think Morgan Barron's actually making like $2 million as well, and he's scratched. So there are still some moves that I can make. I will just do my due diligence real quick and see if we can improve this team even further. Okay, I'm also here in the expiring contract screen, and if we look at Kyle Connor, he's our big extension for the next year. We have $20 million to spend, and Kyle Connor wants 12 mil for 8 years. So that's going to be tough. I mean, 85% of that takes us down to about 10.35 mil at the very lowest, at like 85% of that, which is not bad at all for Kyle Connor, but it is half of our money that's remaining. It would mean like Boone Jenner would have to leave. Brock Besser could come back, and then we have like $5 million left for quite a few pieces. I mean, it's going to be very tight here in Winnipeg, but Chaz Lucius here, though, wants about $1 million for the next 8 years. Now, obviously, I don't want to do that because that's ridiculously unfair to him, but for the next 3 years, I could say 1 mil for 3 years. Even that seems pretty unfair. Let's give him a little bit more than what he wants. 3 years, 1.1 million. I think that's a fairly fair deal for him. Hasn't really proved himself, but it's a bridge contract. He still becomes an RFA, so he still has some rights and stuff like that. Or we have rights over him, I guess. So I think 1.1 for the next 3 years for Chaz Lucius is a very fair deal for us. I'm thinking we leave Kyle Connor for a little bit, see if his demand comes down, because I know he's having a career year right now, so we'll see if that comes down. But then Brock Besser is actually pretty interesting. I actually wouldn't mind keeping him on the team. He has the biggest plus minus, or the best plus minus on the whole team for forwards. He's got 50 points in 64 games, and he only wants $5 million for like 60-point pace, roughly. I'll definitely take that every day of the week. So could we, not for 6 years though, I wouldn't want to do it for 6 years, but maybe 3 years, like the same type of deal as Chaz Lucius, 3 years at like, what can I get him at? We could go like 3 years, 4.5 mil at 85% retained, but let's go 3 years, $4.65 million. See what he says to that. I think that's a pretty fair deal for like a 50, 60 point type of guy. I mean, very good for us. Let's go even up to 4.7 mil. Just to make sure that he says yes to it. Let's offer that extension, and I think that's all that we're going to do for now. Velarde and Ville Heinolas here actually is pretty important. He's a good like third line defenseman for us. So 2.675 mil is not bad at all either. Oh man, but we don't have enough money for all these guys, I don't think though. So he needs an RFA so we can worry about him later. Morgan Barron still wants $2 million. I think Morgan Barron might be traded here pretty soon. And other than that, I think that's everything for what I wanted to say here. Okay, let me go and see if I can make any trades for that fourth line. All right, guys, I'm thinking about a deal like this. We're going to give them the young Morgan Barron, who's on an expiring deal. He had a great season last year. This year, though, just not really getting it done for us. -8 and 10 minutes played per time on ice per night. Only 12 points in 54 games. He's not there to score points for us, but I just think maybe a change of scenery would be good for him. And I want to bring in Corey Perry. Now, his numbers don't look great. He only has 25 points in 64 games, and he's a -12, but he's on a fairly rough team. I mean, it is dangerous to trade with a team like Chicago, who are in our division, but I do like Corey Perry. I like that 91 poise especially. He's also a good defender, and he's a good physical player in the playoffs, so I think he could help us out. You know, you're not going to get worse if you put Corey Perry on the team. Free agent in the real world. I wonder if anybody's going to pick him up, but I wonder if they'll do this just a straight-up hockey deal, Morgan Barron for Corey Perry. What do you say? They will accept that deal with no deliberation, so I will take that for sure, and that means Corey Perry can now get added into the lineup on that fourth line if we want to. And I think I will do it at least for the first few games. It gives us, +2 overall in total because he's replacing David Gustafsson down there. So, and David Gustafsson was -7 anyway, so he wasn't really helping us out too much. And I'm going to look for another person. I'm just looking for like some defensive guys who can keep that puck out of the net, maybe help us on the penalty kill or the power play, because our special teams really have been quite atrocious. So I'm just going to look for some more guys. Okay, guys, I think this is a pretty fair deal here. I actually think that we might be fleecing them a little bit, to be honest, but we're going to give them David Gustafsson, who still has some level of potential, medium top 9 forward, though he is 25. He might be able to get up to an 80 overall if you grow him the right way, but we're going to pick up Nick Bonino here. The reason why, I basically did a search for defensive awareness and poise, and even his offensive awareness is pretty good as well. So we're looking at 85 defensive awareness, 85 offensive awareness, 85 poise. He can also skate as decently, even though he's 37 years old. His puck skills are fine, his shooting is fine, but we're getting him for that defensive category, 3.5 stars. Just base level around the board. He can play center, he can play the wing because he has okay speed. Really just a good depth player for those playoffs. He's fairly physical as well, so I don't think we're really going to go wrong here. Nick Bonino, Bonino, if you know, you know. We're going to trade him out for David Gustafsson, and let's see if this goes through. I do have to retain some salary because of our cap situation, but we're giving them a 7, so I think this should be no problem here, and that's a done deal on behalf of the Detroit Red Wings. David Gustafsson had a good first playoff run with us, but then after that, it didn't really do much for us. So I think that's all that's going to happen with these lines. And we can keep Fialbi in there for now because he's only -1. So I'd be okay to keep him in there. Or we can just straight up go to Nick Bonino and see how that does for us. Grinder, Corey Perry with two-way forwards. I like that. Nick Bonino can also play the penalty kill as well. He might fit it better than, yeah, he actually does fit it very well. He gets us a +3 on the second units. And then Gabriel Valerius, maybe instead of Cole Perfetti or something like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We could go Corey Perry instead of Cole Perfetti. We can try that out for now. I mean, our penalty kill hasn't been great, so we might as well switch it up. And that gives us a really decent penalty kill here with pluses everywhere. David Perron also there, and Boone Jenner, I threw him out. So I think our lines look good now. I've set up the power play. We have a +5 on this one. We have a -2 over here, but I don't think it's the end of the world, really. Boone Jenner fits it well. Perron fits it well. It's just Besser and Lucius do not fit it at all. But what are you going to do? I want to get these guys growing, so let's see about that. I think that's all for this one. I know it's been it's been quite some time since we've had any gameplay, so let's go in, jump into the first game of the trade deadline here. Or not of the trade deadline, but after the trade deadline, and I've made all my moves. Jet Wu is going through waivers. 78 overall defensive defenseman. Actually not a bad pickup, maybe. What's his contract look like? 2 more years, league minimum. He's got a hard shot, a really physical player, good skater as well. This is actually not the end of the world, or not the worst decision. What's he been doing? 20 points in Abbotsford. Just a depth guy. We already have depth defenseman, though. I'm going to decline him, but definitely would not be bad if we needed to fix him up. Chaz Lucius has decided to sign on, an easy decision to decide. Thank you very much, Chaz, giving us a team-friendly deal. I'm not going to go into the trade deadline, but I will show you guys what happens in it. And Jonathan Quick here, also on the block. Oh my goodness, or dropping down to waivers. He only has 85 poise, but Jonathan Quick could be somebody we turn to in the playoffs. He has the experience for sure. So I actually want to pick him up, Jonathan Quick. What's his salary? Well, 800K for 1 year. Yeah, I'm going to claim Jonathan Quick off waivers. And okay, and Brock Besser also signed on. Easy decision to renew my contract. Important to get what I want for the contract duration. So it was easy to agree, even though we didn't give him his contract duration. Little glitch in the system there from EA, but let's take a look at what happened in these trades and things like that. It was just the trade deadline, so let's see if there's anything interesting. Nico Sturm and Jan Ruta going to Carolina. Actually, let's start at the bottom where our trades will be, and we'll just go up from there. Okay, actually, this is kind of interesting. Adam Larson goes to Vegas. Jack Roslovic goes to Vancouver. Then, oh my gosh, so Columbus picks up a second and a third from Vancouver. Then they pick up Datsuk, a medium elite player, Cedric Pittis, medium top 6 player, Nino Niederreiter, and Chris Tanev. I mean, my goodness, and a second round pick from us. And we get Zach Werenski and Boone Jenner. Then we trade Morgan Barron for Corey Perry. Then we trade David Gustafsson for Nick Bonino. And now we get into some other trades around the league. So Bjorkstrand is in Anaheim. That's bad for us. Islanders get Teddy Blueger and some picks. Okay. Ryan Graves goes to Toronto for Alex Iafallo. That's kind of interesting. Christian Dvorak to Detroit for a second. Derek Forbert to Buffalo. Taylor Radish goes to Seattle. Dang, that's rough with us as well. Seattle getting a little bit deeper. And then we have Peak and Nino. So Columbus flips Nino Niederreiter for a second, basically. Andrew Peak, Nino Niederreiter, and a 6 for a second, and Ganon Larocque. Nice. So good on them. They flipped Nino Niederreiter's contract out of there. Seattle give away Jimmy Alexiak to the Washington Capitals and Noah Gregor. Okay, Christian Fisher goes to Detroit. Pittsburgh gets some picks and Nedeljkovic. Philip Gustafsson over to Washington. So that's good for us. That's going to make Minnesota a little bit worse when they don't have like an 85, 86 overall goalie. That's really good for us. But Owen Tippett to Vancouver. Okay. Michael Matheson to Calgary. That's rough. And other than that, I'm just seeing some picks and prospects moving. Okay, so pretty interesting deadline there. I think we made the biggest move going and picking up Zach Werenski and Boone Jenner. So let's see how they do in their first game with us. We now have many more line permutations that we can do, but we're taking on the San Jose Sharks, who I think are in that wild card spot. No, they're just outside of a wild card spot. They're 2 points away from wild card spot. So big game here. The West is very competitive this year. So every Western Conference game is a massive one. Let's see what we can do. The new team, the new power plays, new penalty kills, new lines. Let's get to it, boys. And the first goal goes to Nino Niederreiter, who we traded to Columbus, and Columbus traded him to San Jose. Love to see it. Then Declan Chisholm comes back, and then Brock Besser scores on Semyon Varlamov. First period finishes 2-1. Of course, Nino's going to score on us. He's back in the West, even though we traded him to the East. Nice stuff. All right, second period now is going to be 3-1. Brock Besser gets his second of the night. That second line, man, they are just lighting it up. Well, maybe the best second line in the NHL. Perfetti, Besser, and Nikolai Ehlers. It was David Perron a little bit as well. Can our power play get something going here? We have one of the worst power plays in the league, and no, they're going to actually tie this game up at 3. This is horrible. Come on, Hellebuck. You got to be able to shut the door when you have a 3-1 lead. That's a playoff lead right there. And unfortunately, we are going to... No, we're not, as Ville Heinola snipes one from the point, and then Mark Scheifele gets the empty netter. I thought we were going to go to overtime there, but luckily we get some goal support, and that's a good first win under our belts. Not the win that I would like, but Kyle Connor with 3 assists, Besser with 2 goals, Ville Heinola with 2 points as well. It's a decent win, despite the fact that we should have had a much cleaner win, where we just win 3-1, good offensive game, good defensive game. Unfortunately, that does not happen, though. And now, let's go and see Columbus, We just made a big deal with them, probably the biggest deal of the trade deadline, so let's go and see them real quick. 6-1 loss, followed by an 8-5 loss, followed by a 6-5 win. Okay, so we cannot keep the puck out of our net. These last 4 games since the trade deadline, we've allowed 3 goals, 6 goals, 8 goals, and 5 goals. Despite the fact that we get, a top 20 defenseman in the game, maybe not 20, he's only 87 overall, but that cannot continue to happen. So what do I do? I'm actually going to take Corey Perry out of the lineup. That's what I'm going to do. He was a -4 in those 4 games. Ches Lucius has also been minus. His third line has not been clicking very well either, but I'm going to leave it for now. And over here, the top line, how has Zach Werenski been doing? He's been -2, but with 3 points in 4 games. So maybe do I go Jonas Brodin? Let's try this. Let's go Brodin, Morrissey, Werenski, Lindell, and the rest of the guys will stay that way. And Connor Hellebuck, I just need a little bit more out of you, man. I just need a little bit more. We're going to go with Laurent Brossoit with this game, give Connor Hellebuck a little bit of a chance to rest. And let's get in the lineup and see what happens here. Up against the Columbus Blue Jackets, we just made a massive deal with them. So let's see if Boone Jenner and Zach Werenski can have themselves a game. First period, 2-0 for us. It's Boone Jenner with 2 goals. I called him out. And what does he say? He says, "Don't worry, coach, I'll answer back." Very nice to see Boone Jenner on Elvis Merzlikins, who was on the trade block in real life, I believe. Second period now remains 2-0. Now let's just shut it down, boys. In these last few games, we've allowed many, many goals. But can our penalty killers do it? Yes, they can. And now let's just try to keep a clean sheet. And of course, as soon as I say that, Civicil scores on Laurent Brossoit. I don't know who that is, actually. Never seen that name before. Maybe a prospect in the real world. And we... choke a lead. Who are we? The Ottawa Senators in the real world? Oh my goodness, man. And we are going to overtime. Might as well jump into it. Let's go. I mean, look at these stats here. We have 95 offense, 94 defense, and 88 goaltending. We are a very good team. We're just not simulating like it. Maybe I got to switch up the lines or something. I don't know, but I'll see you in overtime. And here we go as both teams get set for overtime. At the behest of Alexander in the comments, I have decided to go to True Broadcast. There's also a True Broadcast Legacy option, so let me know if that one is a little bit better. But we are in True Broadcast here with the Winnipeg Jets in overtime against the Columbus Blue Jackets as Kyle Connor comes down, gets stripped off the puck by David Jiricek, though. And now Patrick Laine sends it over to Johnny Gaudreau, who's now on a breakaway. Here is Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Hockey gets stoned by Connor Hellebuck, and the Winnipeg Jets go the other way. Kyle Connor, he's got wheels on him. Can he get around the bend? Yes, he can. Takes a shot, but Elvis Merzlikins going to make that save. That's our 40th shot of the game there. And Merzlikins going to play that puck out to David Jiricek, actually. And Jiricek is gone on a breakaway. It's a 2-on-0 with Jiricek and Patrick Laine. Laine drops back, gives the puck over to him anyway, and Connor Hellebuck makes a sliding save over to his right-hand side. So we make a quick change here. Kyle Connor, he's got Jonas Brodin with him, but Brodin decides to back off instead, and then go forward and try to destroy David Jiricek. Ken Johnson takes a shot, saved by Hellebuck. Texier picks that puck up behind the net, and this is the non-stop action that we see from overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Do not take a sip of your water. Do not think you can catch your breath, because you can't. It's just one end to the other. Here's Brodin with a shot saved by Merzlikins. Another shot saved again. Now Perfetti. Ehlers in the slot, saved once again, and then we take a tripping penalty. That is classic EA. logic for us right there. We're going to touch that puck up, and Nikolai Ehlers is going to head to the box, so let's get those penalty killers out there. All right, Boone Jenner, you're on this team for a reason. It's to win draws, and he does just that. Declan Chisholm now going to be able to ice that puck. Doesn't get all the way down the ice, but Boone Jenner going to forecheck in the neutral zone and take that puck off Texier and get it out of the zone once again. Adam Fantilli sends it over to Texier. Texier now looking over his options, spins backwards, but that's intercepted there by Boone Jenner, who gets... Is that a delay of game? Did he just shoot that out of the glass? No, there's no way. You can't shoot it out of the glass even if you try to in this game. Yeah, that is just going to go straight into our bench. And our penalty kill percentage you see there is about 79%, which is not ideal whatsoever. Come on, get rid of Velarde. Can you win me the draw? No, you can't. And they've got their first unit power play out there as Adam Boqvist gets into the slot. Shot saved by, of course, I was saying it was Connor Hellebuyck. It's not Connor Hellebuyck, it's Laurent Brossoit in between the pipes, who has been making big saves in overtime. Columbus wins that draw once again. There's Line, takes a shot, saved by Brossoit, and now we have full pressure on us. Brossoit's going to make that save, and we're going to switch up the lines to give these guys a rest here. As we have full pressure, our stamina is going to deplete rapidly. Here's Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau over to Johnson. Johnson has a lane. He takes a shot, and Brossoit makes another huge save for us. And there is a Let's Go Jackets chant ringing through the Winnipeg Stadium, despite the fact that we are in Winnipeg. Great design by EA. Of course, the home team would not, or the home team fans would not be trying to rev up their team on a 4-on-3 with 10 seconds left in the game, or 2 minutes left in the overtime. Of course not. All right, but Winnipeg kills that penalty off. Now we've got to try to get our first line out there, maybe our second line if possible. Really just try to get anybody out there. There's Mark Scheifele over to Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers now, he's got a lane. Takes a shot, saved by Merzlikins, but Ehlers still hunting that puck over to Scheifele, but a huge save from Merzlikins once again. And Winnipeg Jets are pressuring now. Johnny Hockey puts it through his legs, finds Patrick Laine, the dynamic duo of this team here. But Brossoit makes that save, and he's going to hang on to it. We can get our first line out there. Line A taking the draw up against Mark Scheifele. Scheifele's able to win it, and Kyle Connor comes away with that puck. We're back to 3-on-3 as well, ladies and gents, after that whistle. So Kyle Connor takes a massive slap shot that is blocked in front, and a stick is shattered. Puck goes all the way down behind Laurent Brossoit, though, and Kyle Connor able to pick it up. Over to Jonas Brodin. Now we have a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1 almost developing here. There's Kyle Connor in on a breakaway. Can he score? Yes, he can! Over to the forehand, and Kyle Connor gets the game-winning goal. And a huge 2 points goes our way to the Winnipeg Jets. That is a massive, massive win. In back-to-back games, if we go extra time and we end up winning both of them, huge game from the Jets. Let's go, boys. Okay, we're looking at another big game up against the Blues this week. So 3 games this week, all of them pretty important. I mean, not important. We've played a lot of Eastern Conference teams, but they go to extra time. And now we have the St. Louis Blues to worry about. So let's see if we can beat them. I'm going to simulate down to maybe Dallas is much better than us. Any really important games? The Vancouver Canucks. Let me see. The Canucks are a real big game, because they have a wild card spot. So let's simulate to that Canucks game. Let's see if we can get some wins on our belt here. That's another extra time loss, then another loss. 3 losses in a row now, and Kniazev is fully healed. So, oh my goodness. I don't understand why this team can't get points, bro. I don't get it. I do not understand it whatsoever. Chisholm, how have you been doing? I mean, -3, but you're not the reason that we're getting smoked out there. Let me go look at the offense. I think maybe Ehlers. I think maybe we have to go back to these lines. I don't know. I just think that I think David Perron on the first line was not getting it done for us. So I think we'll go back to this. Maybe even Boone Jenner on that second line. He's been horrible, -4, but he's got 6 points in 8 games. I don't know. What is Nick Bonino done for us? -3. I mean, our fourth line being minus should not be this bad for us. Maybe we put Velarde up. Is Boone Jenner the issue? I don't know. Perfetti, no, we need Perfetti to stay on that line. Perfetti and Best are definitely staying on this line. Let's go with Velarde up. Actually, let's put Velarde on the first line. Ehlers back to the second line. Velarde on the first line was very good for us in the postseason. So let's see if that helps. Defensively, I don't know what the heck is going on back here. Zach Werenski, though, was -3 for us. He got 6 points, but he's -3. So I don't understand this. whatsoever. I guess we throw him back up there on the first line, but this is very, very concerning. These are very concerning things happening. We just went 0-3 in our last 3 games, or 0-2-1, I think. Velarde up to the top, Perron back to that third line. Maybe his two-way forward status can help them keep that puck out of the net, man. He's a +3 right now. Let's keep an eye on it. And let me stop the sim. And Tony Nado's back. Okay, let me do these AHL lines. I think there's a few guys I gotta bring back. Okay, and that's 4 losses in a row, I think. So if I'm gonna have to simulate through every single game, like in the game, I will do it because 4 losses in a row is absolutely unacceptable. We are going into this Vancouver game with only 2 points on the Colorado Avalanche here, who have stormed back from having a horrible record. I mean, we are without, if those overtime wins and losses and stuff like that don't count, we are like 34-39. That's a really bad record. So, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on here. But we are outside of a wild card spot. We're barely holding on to a divisional playoff spot, so we need wins desperately. And I'm going to go in and watch this one. This is a huge game up against Vancouver, a 4-point swing. So let's go here. First period, 0-0. Second period, I'm not messing around. 1-0. Chaz Lucius scores. Thank you very much, third line, who have not been doing very much for us, but get a goal there. There's Jack Roslovich going to tie this thing up. And Laurent Brossoit's in the net for some reason. Okay, can he hold on, though? No, we can't, as Quinn Hughes scores on the power play. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening to us. There is no way after making all those trades. There we go, Josh Morrissey. Thank you very much. But then Elias Pettersson scores, and then JT Miller, and now this game's over. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the lines, for some reason, even though I think we have really good overalls, we have a good team, for some reason we just can't win games. And I have no idea why. I have no idea why. I messed with a good thing in the offseason. I should have just kept everything how it was, but I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, we still have a spot over the Colorado Avalanche for now, but this is really anybody's game here. And these are two, Dallas is a very tough team. The Arizona Coyotes, not so much. So let's get Hellebuck in the nets. We are 34-40, not including overtime and shootout losses, obviously. All right, here we go, up against the Dallas Stars. Let's see if we can get through this one. Let's go, boys. First period, 1-0. Boone Jenner, okay. Boone Jenner in the slow sim. See, that's why I got him, man. In the slow sim, he's been doing pretty well, but in the real time, or like in the when I do the calendar simulation, has not been performing for us whatsoever. Come on, let's keep that energy, boys. Second period, let's go. 5-0. Huge game. Brock Besser, David Perron, Mark Scheifele, and Adam Lowry. Thank you, boys, for showing up for once. Ville Heinola, add on. Let's go. Huge game. We have Ville Heinola's D partner back as well. I forget who is it? Who even? I don't even remember, man. But a big game from us. Robbie Fabry gonna break the shutout, but Hellebuck does not care. Honestly, we're just looking for wins right now. And Hellebuck gave us a good game as well. Only 1 goal allowed. We score 6. That's a big time game. 3 stars of the night. Who are they? Besser with 2 points. Hellebuck makes 26 saves. Boone Jenner with 2 points as well. Next game now, I'm slow simming every game because that's the only way we can win. We can't win calendar games. So if I have to sit here and slow sim them, I will do it, man. Up against the Arizona Coyotes, first period, 3-0 for us. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? We have a good slow sim team. Second period, 5-1. I'll take it. Let's go. Third period underway. Brock Besser gets another one for us. Now we're up 6-1. I mean, that's 2 games straight now where I've decided we're just going to slow sim, and we've beaten one of the best teams in the league and then another team in our division in back-to-back nights very convincingly. 6-1 in both of those games. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep on doing that for as long as I can because we need the points, we need the wins. We have another back-to-back up against Boston and St. Louis. Justin Sourdif on the waivers. Ooh, wait, hang on. 24, so not going to grow too much more, but medium top 6 potential. Could be good for our AHL team. I mean, why not pick him up, throw him in the AHL? Let's claim him. And we're going to get to this Boston game here. And I'm going to go back into the game, and we're going to see it in real time. Here we go. Can we do it again? First period, 0-0. Okay, Boston, a very good team. Shots even, score even. Second period, 2-0 for Boston. Okay, Matthew Poitras and Pavel Zacha score. Can we get back into this one? Late, boys. Can we get back into this one? It's not going to be the end of the world. We just won 2 straight, so we got a little bit of a lead on Colorado, points-wise. So I'm not too... Okay, we lost this one. That's okay. Every once in a while, you lose a game. But we're going to go right back into the normal calendar. 3-0 loss there. No offense. Defense was whatever. Aiden Hill gets a shutout. Matthew Waugh with 3 points. Pavel Zacha with a goal. And Chaz Lucius has been injured until April 20th. The team's lines must be edited. That is a tough blow. Lucius was having a great rookie season. He was on pace for roughly 40 points. Let's take a look at... I can't take a look at it right now. But he's on pace for roughly 40 points. Corey Perry's going to go in his stead, and I think we'll put Adam Lowry up to that third line as well. How has the third line been performing? Okay, for some reason I can't take a look at these guys. Let me just get back out, and I'll go back in and take a look at the lines more closely. We'll simulate one more day, see if... Okay, so the Avalanche have played more games than us, and we have more points. So we are in the position right now. We also... Okay, yeah. So we're not going to... We need our divisional spot. The wild card spot is gone. It's absolutely gone. And we play the Avs as well. It's going to be a massive game. So wild card spot is gone. We just have to try to keep winning, man. We are in control of our own destiny. We've just got to keep on scoring as much as we possibly can here. Okay, so Corey Perry down to that 4th line. I think he can play 4th line time, no problem. Let's look at the power play, though. I think he'll probably be on here. So we're just going to have to move him out. Unless, do we keep him? Nah, I mean, I don't think we keep Corey Perry out there on the power play. Brock Besters is there. Anybody else we can throw in on the power play? Perfetti's on the first one. Gabriel Velarde. Velarde is not on a power play unit, is he? I don't think he is. What have I been doing? Velarde. Yeah, let's get Velarde out there. That's going to be a big boost, I think, to our power play. Oh, it's because I wanted, of course, it's because I wanted Chaz Lucius to get some power play time. But it's a good little power play, I think. Let's make the puck carrier, I don't know, David Perron, Boone Jenner. Yeah, let's go Perron. I just want to see what everybody's speed looks like. Hang on, I won't make you guys watch this. Okay. Puck carrier going to be Brock Besser. He's got the most speed by far. And now we can go into this next game up against St. Louis. It's an important game for us because every game's important now, but we're not going to catch them by any means. They've got 100 points already, so we just got to try to contend, boys. Just battle. Here we go. First period, 1-0 for St. Louis. Victor Arvidstrom scores in the power play. Come on, penalty killers. Let's go, boys. Second period, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. 2 power play goals. Gabriel Velarde, the man who I just put on the power play, scores. And then actually it's a shorthanded goal, not a power play goal, from David Perron. Big time performance from our penalty killers and our power play. Our special teams going crazy right now. And we give them a massive power play opportunity. They were on the power play for like 4 minutes, but then Nick Bonino is going to get a goal, and Nikolai Ehlers answers right back with one of his own on Alexander Georgiev. And we now have a 2-goal lead out of nowhere. Can Boissois hold on late in this one? We get a power play. It at least kills 2 minutes for us. Pavel Buchnevich going to score with 3 minutes remaining. Can we hold on? Desperately holding on against the onslaught of the St. Louis Blues. And we end up taking that one 4-3. Massive 2 points. Comes right into our lap. 3 stars all at Winnipeg Jets. Love to see it. And let's carry on. Next game, now up against the Las Vegas Golden Knights in Canada Life Center here in Winnipeg. Let's try to get another dub. Vegas, another very good team. So here we go. First period, 2-1 for us. Perfetti and Connor score. Jack Eichel scores on Hellebuck. Second period, 3-1 for us. Gabriel Velarde. Okay, Velarde's staying on the power play for the rest of his time here in Winnipeg. I'm not taking him off. Don't care. That's a big time power play goal from Gabriel Velarde. And now we've gotten the 3 goals. This is the definition of a playoff game here. Kyle Connor scores. Every game's a playoff game for us now. But can we hold on to the lead? Nikolai Ehlers scores, and our power play is heating up over these past few games. That's what I love to see. And the Jets, looks like that one's going to go our way, but I don't want to speak too soon. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. 5-2 victory for us. Good performance from Connor Hellebuck. Good performance from the rest of the boys as well. Velarde with 2 points. Oh, man. And coming here late in the season, we have a 3-point lead over the Avs. So how many games do we have to win to be safe? I think if we win 1 game, we might be safe here. The Avs have 2 games remaining, one of them against us. So if we beat the Avs, I believe we are in. Because then if we beat them, they can only get to 85. Yeah, so if the Avs lose a game, we're in the playoffs. If we win a game If we win the game against the Avs, we're definitely in. We have to get, I think we need 2 points. I think we actually need 1 point. No, we need 2 points to guarantee our spot. We need 2 points in the next 3 games. We need 1 point to tie the Avs if they win both there. So, no dilly-dallying. Let's just get right into this one. Against Minnesota, another big game because, we're at that point in the season now, so every game's a playoff game. Let's go here. First period underway, 2-0 for us. Let's go, Brock Besser and Mark Scheifele. First 2 lines. Playing very well. Second period, 4-1. I love these lines. They might not be good in the calendar, but boy, do they show up when it counts in that slow sim. Kaprizov scores on Hellebuck, but then Cole Perfetti gets right back. Not even 11 seconds later, Cole Perfetti scores. It's exactly what happens to Ottawa every single game. We get a goal, and then, of course, we just let the other team score instantly. Zach Werenski gets his first that I've seen in Winnipeg, but of course he has points in the when we did that calendar sim for those few games, and that's a big time performance from us. And there really is 2 modes of simulation. I mean, if we just want to take a look at all this, I didn't look at the 3-star, sorry about that, boys. But if we just want to take a look at all the logistics, and we have clinched the playoffs, oh my goodness, that is so nerve-wracking, but we actually clinched, so that's good. But let's just take a quick gander at what our record was before we started slow simming and after, okay? So we slow sim this game, so that's 1 slow sim win. Then we calendar sim, so calendar sim is like 2-1, and now we're 2-0 in the when we go in to watch the game, because that was the game that we went in and watched against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Then I think we watched, actually no, I don't think we did watch this one, so that's another 4 losses in a row here without the calendar sim. So 2-1 in calendar sim. We lost that one watching it, so we're 2-1, and then from here on out we've watched every game. So we're 2-1, so this would be 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2. We're 7-2 when we go into watch games, and we were 4-1 in the calendar sim or something crazy like that. So that just makes no sense to me whatsoever. But EA, of course, you're gonna do whatever and make the real-time sim just totally luck, or there's 3 different modes of simulation. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But either way, we've clinched the playoffs. Let's get to this Avalanche game. All right, you guys know I gotta voice my frustrations when I see them, but here we go, up against the Avalanche. We can just get through this game real quick here. First period underway, 0-0. Second period now 1-1. Nice little game here. The Avs have nothing really to play for. I don't think they can make a wild card spot, but we are here. Just kind of keeping our legs warm, trying to get through the season. And is this game going to go to overtime? Yes, it is. I'm not going to go watch it, but we are out shooting them like crazy, and we end up winning the game. Ville Heinola scores in overtime. He's our overtime hero. Thank you very much. And then just for fun, we're going to calendar... Actually, no, it's the last game of the season. What am I saying? I was just going to say we're going to calendar sim it so that we can lose the last game of the season. But no, we always watch our last games of the season. So let's get in there. This has been the worst season by far that we've had. We might be the worst team in the playoffs this year, statistically, but we're in the playoffs, and that's all that matters, right, boys? So I think this is by far the worst season that we've had. But here we are. Last game of the season. It's been an honor to get this team. We've made some moves, but near the trade deadline. So this could be a matchup that we have to face in the West. So let's try to win it. Okay. Yikes. And the boys decide not to show up. That's okay. Last game of the season. We don't really care about it. And that's 5-0. Okay, 6-0 game. Way to show up for your fans in the last game of the season, my friends. John Gibson gets a shutout. And that is the full 82 game schedule. Let me just make sure every other team has played 82. And yes, they have. So we get into the playoffs. We somehow get into the playoffs going 40, 32, and 10. We had 40 wins, and we're in the playoffs. I mean, that just shows you that this system of setting things up. Actually, we are the 16th best team in the league, I guess, technically. But those 10 overtime losses really helped us out, man. They really helped us out. How did our special teams do? Power play kind of stayed the same. Penalty kill got a lot better. So penalty kill got better. Power play, though, I can't figure out the power play of this team. It should be really good, but it just isn't for some reason. All right, so we are the 16th best team in the league. Who gets that President's Trophy? I think it is the Dallas Stars. So Dallas Stars were the best team in our division. They were also the best team in the league. Then we got Carolina, Tampa, Boston. So 3 Eastern Conference teams make up the top 5. St. Louis then. So our division was rough. I mean, the Blues and the Stars just bullied our whole entire division. The first best team and the 5th best team, which does not bode well for us in those playoffs. But either way, Then we've got the Flames, the Golden Knights, and the Edmonton Oilers, the Ducks, and the Panthers. So a lot of Western Conference teams, actually. Let's see. I think it's pretty even here. East, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 Eastern Conference teams, 6 Western Conference teams in the top 10. Other than that, Pittsburgh's in, Montreal's in. So Neil Pionk in the playoffs, you never know. It could happen. It could happen. That would be crazy, right? So that's what those stats look like, the team stats. Looking at our player stats, let's see who did what for us. And it is Kyle Connor, who has 86 points in 82 games, leading the way for our forwards on a contract year as well. Not the best season he's had with us. I think last year was a bit better. Yeah, it was 88, but still a huge season nonetheless. He's asking for about 12 mil, but I can check that at the end of the episode as well. Then Mark Scheifele with 84. Big season from Big Mark as well. I was worried, if you guys remember at the start of this series, I was really worried that he would get like 60 points, 70 points on the first line, but no, he has been being like point per game for the past 2 seasons. Actually, all 3 seasons we've been here, he's been point per game, so love that from Mark Scheifele. Cole Perfetti with a big upgrade over, not a big upgrade over last season, but a big upgrade over the first season at least. 65 points in 82 games is good for a second-line center. I will take that. I'd like to see him up in the 70s, maybe being point per game one day, but can't wish too much on him. Boone Jenner playing our third line. He had 11 points in 18 games for us. That's huge, but he was -5, so I'd like to see that improve in the playoffs. Nikolai Ehlers, big drop-off for Nikolai Ehlers. Only 63 points after he had 83 last year. He played a lot of time on that second line, though, as well. He wasn't on that first line for the entire season, so we can kind of forgive him for that. Then Brock Besser, we picked him up basically for a 6th-round pick, I think. And if he's going to score 20 goals, 40 assists for 61 points every year, I will take that. He also got an extension of about 4.7 mil or something like that for the next 3 years. I will gladly take that. David Perron, we signed him in free agency to a $5.3 million deal, scoring 60 points for me. I'll gladly take that as well. Chaz Lucius, 41 points in his rookie season. I'm not saying that's Rookie of the Year material, but it's a good rookie season in my opinion. He's injured come the playoff time though, which is unfortunate, but that's a good rookie season. Then we have Gabriel Velarde, only 9 goals from Velarde, but 31 assists. He was passing that puck to Chaz Lucius, and he's got 40 points. Adam Lowry with 32. Corey Perry with 27, though with us he didn't really play very much. 9 games, 2 points, -3, it's fine. Nick Bonino had 19 points, but with us again, 3 points. He was 0 though, so he brought his plus minus back together. That's good to see. Fialbi was a +4 on the 4th line, only the only plus that we really had on that 4th line. And then Rasmus Kupari down here with a -10. Looking at defensemen now, Josh Morrissey with 64 points. That is a big plus to see. He's also +31. So alongside of Zach Werenski, that really helped him out there. Zach Werenski had 13 points in 18 games, so he was on great pace as well, and he was a +5. So they really started clicking towards the end there. Jonas Brodin with he was a +8 with 30 points. 10 goals, 20 assists, 30 points, pretty good for Jonas Brodin. Ville Heinola with 13 points. Esa Lindell only with 12 points, and he's a minus. Yikes. So now is when we really see that maybe that trade probably was not worth it. I probably was trying to be a little too cute with it, doing a little bit too much. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What did I try to do? I tried to fix something that wasn't broke, and broke that even further, if you will. Connor Hellebuck, 28, 23, and 7. Bad season from Hellebuck. 904 save percentage, 3.18. That's a season that we want to forget. Going into the playoffs, though, we need you to be the Hellebuck that we know and love, please, very, very desperately. Looking around the entire league, oh my goodness, Ovechkin with 110 points, McKinnon with 108, McDavid with 103. Usually McDavid does not score that many, but glad to see that he is. Nick Suzuki with 101, Barkov with 100. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the 100-point club, which is nice to see. Then we got Draisaitl, Kuznetsov, Caulfield, Strome, Pasternak, Kucherov, Makar with 93, so he's going to win the Norris. Rantanen, Patrick Kane in Dallas. Yeah, of course. That's why Dallas is so good. They've got such a deep team now. Austin Matthews. I don't even know if the Leafs made the playoffs, but Matthews with 91 points. That's good. Kachuk, Lindell, Johnny Gaudreau, Jason Robertson. Now we're going to get to some of our guys here. There's Kyle Connor. There he is. William Nylander on the Sharks with 85. Braden Point. Capo Caco on the New York Rangers with 85 points. Craziness. Kaprizov with 84. Marchand. Okay, then all these guys down here. Mark Scheifele. and all the other guys. And then Pedersen with 81 points in 82 games. Looking at defense, we know who it is. It's our boy Cale Makar with 93 points in 82 games. Then we've got Quinn Hughes, Victor Hedman, Bowen Byram, and then Shea Theodore and Josh Morrissey. So Morrissey basically like the fifth, tied for the fifth best defenseman scoring wise. So I would gladly take that. Not bad at all. And let's look at goalies. It's not going to be Connor Hellebuck this year. It's probably going to be Jake Ottinger or Pyotr Kochetkov. Probably Kochetkov, actually, who had more shutouts and a better GAA. It's only one less win, so I would give it to Kochetkov here. I think Vasilevsky's a candidate as well, but I think Kochetkov wins it. We did not have a good season whatsoever. But those are the top goalies in the league. Looking at rookie skaters, do we have a chance here? Nah, not really. Aatu Ratu got 56 points in 82 games, 22 goals, 34 assists. We were the best goal scoring rookie, if that means anything to you, but unfortunately not the going to win the Calder there, as that's going to go to Aatu Ratu. And then Vesa Allen, who was the first overall selection. Yeah, last year, yeah, he was. And then Chaz Lucius is there at number 3. But a good rookie season from him nonetheless. And your rookie goalies in the league, a lot of rookie goalies, actually. Devin Levi, Yaroslav Askarov, Lucas Dostal, Arthur Silovs, Justus Annunen, Joel Blomqvist. Okay, so good season for the rookies. Good season for scoring in the NHL, despite the fact that our power play couldn't get anything together. There actually is one more place I want to go and visit, and I think some of you guys know where that's going to be. It is going to be the Montreal Canadiens. Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Slavkovsky, Kirby Dach, Tomas Tatar, Josh Anderson, Brendan Gallagher, and then Neil Pionk with 35 points in 82 games. Also a +8. We could have really used that on our second units. He had 3 more points than he had with us last year. But he's probably playing a lot more time, wasn't he? Yeah, he was playing 4 more minutes time on ice per night. So playing more time, got 3 more points. You know, it's not the production that really bothers me. It's just Esa Lindell did not have a good season for us, so it looks really bad, right? I mean, Neil Pionk didn't blow anybody out of the water or anything like that, but he definitely performed better than Esa Lindell. So I'm not trying to dissuade you guys from thinking that was a bad trade. I think that I definitely made a mistake there. But what are we going to do? We got to move on, right? There's Neil Pionk getting it done over there. We can also take a look at some of the other people that we traded. Let's look at, I went to teams instead of players. So here is Nino Niederreiter. Although we did not trade him to San Jose, he did end up finding his way here. He scored 9 points in 19 games for San Jose, so that's a really good season for him. I mean, I don't know what pace that is, but it looks pretty good to me. It looks just about 40 points or so. He's also +1, 8 penalty minutes, 24 shots. So good little run there for Nino in the Shark Tank. Next up is who, like Morgan Barron or something? Okay, Morgan Barron in Chicago. Let's see what he did for them. He played 18 games and he had 10 points, +1. So, of course, whenever we trade somebody anywhere, they turn into freaking Wayne Gretzky over here. 10 points in 18 games for a third liner? That's pretty dang good, man. Morgan Barron, good season, or good little stint that he had there in Chicago for sure. Congratulations to him. They also have Burke Vikaten out here in Chicago, who was -19. Yikes. In his rookie season, probably, right? Yeah, his rookie season, 23 points, -19. That is not ideal for his growth. But either way, we have one more team to look at, and it's the Columbus Blue Jackets, who had, where is he? Chris Tanev is their leading point scorer after we got rid of, who was it? Zach Werenski here. So he had 5 points in 19 games, -3. That's not bad. Kind of just average. He's on a kind of an okay team or so. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. But I'm surprised Adam Blomqvist is not doing better. He's an offensive defenseman. He only has 21 points. So and he's on that tough contract. 5 million is not horrible. But that's what the Chicago Blackhawks blue line looks like. Excuse me. And now, somehow we made it into the playoffs with only 40 wins, and now we're going to find out who we play, although I'm sure many of you know. Let's stop that simulation. And here it is, the St. Louis Blues. Charles Lucius is back for the first game of the playoffs as well, so we can throw him in there. But should we take a look at let's take a look at their lines. I usually don't do this. I usually wait until the next one. But I think it's important to get you guys' input. I actually changed my tune on this. So here we go. St. Louis Blues. They were the 5th best team in the NHL this year. And To be honest, I think our team looks better. I don't really know why they're the fifth best team, excuse me, when we have the same kind of overall power as them. We've got, we can stack our first line too. We can go Kyle Connor over here, who's better than Buchnevich, I think. I would assume so anyways. Let's take a look at his, he only has 79 points. Then we have Robert Thomas, who's very good, but Mark Scheifele got more points than him. And then Jordan Kyrou, 65, very similar to Nikolai Ehlers' like 63 or whatever it was on the second line. Our second line, I think, pretty similar to theirs, actually, with Perfetti, who's a little bit better overall than Schenn, Victor Arvidsson, who is the same as Brock Besser, and then we can have David Perron, or we can have Jenner up here, I suppose, if we needed to as well. So our second line, I would give us the nod as well. Third line here, I think our third line looks better than theirs. We have who is it? My goodness, we have Boone Jenner. Instead of their Kevin Hayes, we have Gabriel Velarde for their Zachary Bolduc, and then we have either Corey Perry, or we can have Chaz Lucius in there for Jake Neighbors. And then the fourth line, Yakov Trenin, good centerman, Dvorsky, who's a young guy, playmaker. Yeah, he might be a problem, actually. He's got some good hands on him. And then Oscar Olofsson, who is a sniper with 5-star shooting for Oscar Olofsson. Wow, that's cool. Defensively, I mean, they don't even look amazing defensively either. I think our defense is much better than theirs. They have 85, 82, 81, 81, 80. I don't know how this team is amazing. Georgiev 86 overall, but ours was Connor Hellebuck 91. I mean, all roads point to Rome here, all roads point to us being able to beat this team in the first round. But you guys saw what it was like against the Chicago Blackhawks, man, in the first season. We had a crazy good team, a better team than them for sure, and we ended up falling to them. So, yeah, I don't know. Leave your thoughts down below on what we should do. Also, let me know what we should do about the Kyle Connor contract. Let's see what he wants now. It's going to be... Okay, demand has come down to 11.8 mil for 7 years, too. So I'd be willing to do something more along the lines of that. That would be a bit nicer for us. Boone Jenner probably not coming back. He wants too much. 7 mil, yeah, that's not going to happen. We could think about Gabriel Velarde coming back as well. I wouldn't be mad at that at all, but 5 mil is kind of a lot for a third liner. Yeah, I don't know about that. Billy Hinola still wants kind of the same deal. Yeah, 2.6, not bad. And then so we're gonna have enough cap space, I think, to sign the people that we want to sign. Whether we're going to be the same team as we were last year, because let's be real, we don't want to be this team again. We don't want to only have 40 wins, barely squeaking our way into the playoffs. But nonetheless, we are here. They don't ask how you got to the dance, they just ask what you do on the dance floor. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what to do. You've been into for long enough, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.